of my videos, mostly the responses to the either Titan or Tank, and a couple of friends of mine threw in their 2 cents. Some personal friends of mine, Dragon, he threw in his 2 cents, and so I've come up with somewhat of a happy medium for everyone. No, it's not a Titan that can transform into a tank or a tank into a Titan or anything like that. What I have done is I have decided to make both. Yes, I'm going to be doing both. And I'm going to give you a rough idea of where I'm at right now so you can understand my concepts, things like that. And then I got a personal message from my friend Bootleg. So, here we go, guys. Okay. This is the first sketch that you can see. It's relatively simple. Feet, ankle, calf, knee, thigh, hip, groin, body. Okay? This is a front view, side view, side view. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing ball joints in essence. So we go down, we've got BBs for these ones, marbles for these ones, a ping pong ball for this one, and we're going back up to either marbles or some heavier duty ball bearings for the torsos, because I looked at the Tau battle suits and they have ball joints for their hips and knees and whatnot, and I want this to be very symmetrical and similar with the Tau battle suits. I'll do the arms and the weapons when I get to them. Now this is a rough floor plan. I was looking at the GW website, and this is a quick mock pencil sketch of their heavy attack ship, and I noticed that the guns were parallel, you know. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing somewhat of an Earthshaker size super tank, where the rail cannons are actually facing upwards. So it could be considered an anti-aircraft gun. It could also be considered more of a barrage tank. But that's what I'm going to be doing for this bad boy. So that's what I've got right now for design concepts. These are just concepts. I'm going to be doing some mock builds when I get time, or when I get to go up to North Utah, so I can pick up some models, because there's no model kits down in southern Utah where I'm at. Excuse me. Now, a personal message to Bootleg. I know Bootleg was asking people for, comment, give him some really tough issues and whatnot to think about, and I know him because I talked to him on the phone and whatnot, and he likes his guns, like me. I'm not afraid to say I like my guns, I do. But most importantly, the questions I really have to ask isn't more about gaming. It's more of an issue about time constraints. Now, I know certain people mix business with pleasure, like Games Workshop, and I know some people like to keep their gaming life separate from their private life. But Bootleg, he runs a tattoo parlor, but he also runs games in his tattoo parlor. I would like to know, and this is my question to him, is does he get any conflicts? People waiting to get tattoos compared to people that want a game. That's one of the questions, is conflicts. How does he deal with them? Another question that I really want to ask just the community in general, as well as you, Bootleg, is for their personal opinion on privatization of the penal system. Yeah, I said penal. No, I don't mean penis. I mean the actual prison system, because there's a lot of talks about certain prisons that are federally funded becoming privatized, and it's the age-old question. Once the private sector moves into the public area, is it really public anymore? Are you? If you get sent to one of these jails, are you serving their time or are you serving Uncle Sam's time? And it's more of a personal question for people to understand. Is I understand a lot of people have this misconception that if black people or white people or anyone in particular go to prison, it's they're taking it's that the government's purposely keeping our brothers and sisters and all this racist crap in jail, when the truth is it actually costs the government more money to keep them in jail than it would be to just put a fine on them, because they know that they can just pay the fine in a heartbeat and they're gone. So I know that there are certain laws that are asinine and that there are certain laws that are quite strange. I not through personal experience, but I know that the most important that I find ironic is the sexual registration. Is that the fact that sexual predators, regardless of if they're male or female, have to register. Granted, and I understand it's a very important thing, but what they fail to do is no one checks up on it. They have just under 100 people updating, checking, in fact, and crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's when it concerns the sexual registration list. Yet they actually have no way of keeping track of people on it. Now, I'm not saying no, all people are perverts. I'm not. I know one person in particular. He was dating a 16-year-old girl. He was only 17 himself at the time. They were engaged to be married and all this fun stuff. He asked her dad, and he said yes, and it was all happy and fun time. And then one day, you know, she gets pregnant, and the shit hits the fan, and all of a sudden he's a sexual predator, he's a pedophile, he's this, he's that. He ends up spending 6 months in juvenile jail, gets out on just after his 18th birthday. Then he's been told he has to register as a sex offender, so he can no longer serve in the military, which is what he wanted to do. He can no longer go anywhere near public parks, public schools, public libraries, anything that is used by the general public. He can only go to private libraries, and he was even denied car insurance from one car company. I can't say who, because you know I can't. And he also got denied health insurance, and he's been denied public assistance on certain things. I mean, he's working now and things like that, but I mean, and this happened to him several years ago, but it just goes to show that. And I mean, there was an episode of Law and Order where one guy who was a teacher, a gym teacher, was accused of being a pedophile, and they was about to put him in jail for almost 25 years with no physical evidence other than a traumatized little girl saying he pulled my panties down and made me touch him. When eventually the little girl admitted that she lied, after the guy's already in jail, mind you, that she lied, and it wasn't the coach, it was one of the lacrosse players. And they're all up in, oh, we better get him out of jail, we better get him out of jail. He's lost his job, he lost his house, because he was in a gated community. They kicked him out. You know, they forcibly evicted him from the place. He lost his job, he can never get a job again, period, in the education, in the sector that he trained in. And all the cops said was, I'm sorry. Like, that's supposed to fucking mean anything. Now, the point I'm trying to make is, yes, I understand that there are some bad people in this world, but you have to understand that some of those bad people are actually the law enforcement themselves. You get the Judge Dreads who are a stickler to the law, to every letter and every rhyme, and yet you turn around and say to them, okay, then why is it when you were off duty I saw you speeding down Main Street? Why don't you pull yourself over and arrest yourself or give yourself a ticket? Oh, yeah, exactly. And then you get these stupid people that say no cop, no crime, you know, and things like that. And my question is basically just simply that: if you feel in what area of the criminal justice of the United States' laws do you think needs to be tweaked, changed, altered, or replaced? Okay, please leave either a video response or a text response to this video down in the doobly pants below, and I'll approve them. But most importantly, guys, I mean, it's an open question. You know, if you have another question that you want to ask too, slap it in there, you know, and I'll probably do a video response back to that. Yeah, as Bootleg said, you know, he wants to get me in on a discussion and whatnot. I'm all for it. He's got my Skype information. Hell, he's got my he's got every ways of getting hold of. He's even got my phone number. But that's my question to you guys. And take a look. Go back to the beginning of the video. Take a look at the Titan in the tank and tell me what you think, guys. So that's what I'm going to leave off for now. I've got a couple of more videos to do on paper crafting, miniatures, smaller than GW for Terrainaholic, and after that I will be starting on the infamous tank and Tau Titan build for you guys, okay? And once I'm done, they are going in my personal collection. And yes, that is my Titan, my Emperor Titan. Well, it's a cross between Emperor and Reaver. It's more Emperor than Reaver, but yep, there she is right now. She's not finished yet, but she will be in a couple of weeks. I'm behind even on my Titans, but I'm rambling. Anyway, take care, guys. Love you all. Peace and love and respect. Take care. See you on the first set. Take care. Love you all.